Artaxerxes, I have no idea how to say. I have no good Persian study in terms of language. I don't know the language they spoke. I'm just saying Darius II is how it's said. Cyrus is correct. And Artaxerxes, I can't think of another way to actually put those letters into syllables that make sense. So that's where we are. So we get through chapters 1 through 6, and we have the building of the temple told from that third person point of view. Chapters 7 through 10 are Ezra basically speaking from the first person and saying, look, this is what happened. Chapter 7, we have a letter, another letter. This time, Artaxerxes is writing to Ezra, telling him, listen, I appreciate some people have tried to stand in the way of building the temple. Get on with it. And by the way, here's a giant pile of cash. Here's a bunch of stuff you might need. And here's a Nordstrom's gift card just saying I'm sorry that it took so long to get things going. You know, it's a very, very nice, encouraging letter where the king of Persia says, look, we want you guys to get your temple rebuilt. And of course, we have reason to understand that given what happened with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego way back with King Nebuchadnezzar when it was the Babylonian Empire, and of course what happened with Daniel, the great Jewish rabbi, or the great Jewish wise man, the Persians have a sense that the God of Israel knows what's going on. He's no joke. And so it's pretty clear that Cyrus recognized that he didn't want to have any god against him. And certainly once the Persians had defeated and destroyed the Babylonian Empire, there was a strong sense of saying, let's get all of these local gods being worshipped again, because I don't want to be on their bad side, whereas the Babylonians had no problem being on the bad side of all these gods. And so the Persians are doing what was in their mind the right move. In chapter 8, Ezra looks up and says, I've got plenty of people working for me, but I have no Levitical priests. And because in Jewish culture, the Levitical priesthood passes down, it's not a function of vocation from God, it's a function of blood being connected to Levi. He has to then go out and find Levitical priests. As a weird side note, Leonard Nimoy of Star Trek fame was a Levitical priest. He, through his heritage, goes back to Levi. And when on the set of Star Trek season 1, episode 2, they said, do some weird hand gesture that makes it look like something alien, he did this, which is the way that Levitical priests bless the people at Passover. And so not this, but this is a Levitical blessing. And so Spock did this number a little bit and created the Vulcan salute. Just kind of a wonderful, delightful little quirk. And so Leonard Nimoy was blessing us over and over again with his bizarre Levitical priesthood and his weird pointy ears. Chapters 9 and 10, which bring to an end the book of Ezra, are really, as anything in the Old Testament could be difficult to kind of get our heads around nowadays. Ezra shows up